I stood there in the flickering glow of that single basement bulb, my fingers trembling as they traced the faded birth certificate. Two names stared back at me, Sarah and Whitaker. And right beside it, Samuel Adam Whitaker. Born the same minute, in the same hospital room, on that rainy March night in 1986. Twins. I'd lived my whole life believing I was an only child. But here was proof cold, undeniable, that my mother had buried more than just secrets in this godforsaken house. The air down there felt thick, like it was choking me. And in that moment, the weight of betrayal hit me like a freight train. I'd come back to Willow Creek thinking this was just another obligatory family visit. But now I knew Evelyn Whitaker, my poised pillar of the community mother, had erased my brother from existence. And I wasn't leaving until I made her pay for every silent lie she'd ever told. It started with that damn invitation, slipping through my mail slot like a ghost from the past. Cream envelope, gold embossing, her elegant script spelling out my name as if we were old acquaintances instead of blood. Evelyn Whitaker requests the honor of your presence at her 70th birthday celebration. I was in my cozy apartment in Madison, Wisconsin, stirring coffee that suddenly tasted like ash. 7 years since I'd cut ties. 7 years of building a life free from her suffocating grip. But there it was, pulling me back to that sprawling Victorian in Willow Creek, Illinois, the house where memories lurked like shadows in the corners. My daughter, Mia, peeked in from the hallway, her backpack dangling from one shoulder. At 11, she had my same wavy brown hair, my same sharp green eyes that missed nothing. "Who's that from, Mom?" Her voice was curious, innocent. I hesitated, the words sticking in my throat. "Your grandma." Mia's face lit up. She'd only heard whispers about why we never visited family gatherings like her friends did. "Are we going?" Before I could dodge, my phone buzzed. Unknown number. But deep down, I knew. Evelyn's voice poured through, smooth as silk, laced with that fake warmth that always made my skin crawl. "Sarah, dear, did you receive my invitation?" I muttered yes. "Wonderful. It's been too long. And I'd adore meeting my granddaughter." She paused, and I could almost see her lips curving into that practiced smile. "Just keep smiling. Like we always have." Those words, they slammed into me like a gut punch. How many times had she drilled them into me as a kid? Before school photos where I'd hide the bruises under long sleeves. After those endless nights alone in my room, door bolted, for asking too many questions. During those tense visits from child services, where I'd plaster on a grin and parrot how loved I was. "I'll consider it," I said, my voice flat. "Do think carefully, Sarah." "Oh, and I'm sending a little something your way. Check your mail tomorrow." Click. She was gone, leaving me shaking in my kitchen. Mia watched, worry creasing her brow. "You okay?" "Fine, honey. Just surprised." Sleep evaded me that night, the past clawing its way back. The basement punishments, hours in the damp cold, her footsteps pacing above like nothing was wrong. And that nagging void in my mind, chunks of childhood blurred, like fog over a lake. Why couldn't I remember anything before age 6? The package arrived the next morning, an old children's book. The Velveteen Rabbit, its pages yellowed with time. As I flipped through, a note tumbled out, scrawled in frantic script. "Don't trust her. Ask about the basement." Not Evelyn's handwriting, too raw, too desperate. But it stirred something buried deep. A flicker of recognition I couldn't grasp. I pocketed it, my pulse racing. "Mia," I called. "Pack a bag. We're visiting Grandma." The 3-hour drive from O'Hare to Willow Creek felt eternal, each mile dredging up more unease. Mia chattered about the rolling Illinois fields, but I white-knuckled the wheel, steeling myself. The house loomed at the end of Elm Street, pristine as ever, like a predator in pearls. Evelyn waited on the porch, silver hair impeccable, in a cashmere sweater that screamed old money. Her hug was plastic, her smile vacant. "Sarah, my girl." She turned to Mia with an intensity that set my teeth on edge. And this beauty must be Mia. I positioned myself between them. "Yes, Mia, this is your Grandma Evelyn." Inside, the place was a showroom, white walls, modern furniture. No trace of the worn chaos I remembered. "Your old room's ready," she said, leading us up. It was sterile, like a hotel suite. Every mark of my childhood sanded away. Mia bounced on the bed, excited. "This house is massive. Can we explore?" "Soon," I murmured, already probing the windowsill for the initials I'd carved as a kid. Gone. Painted over. Floorboards replaced. Erased. While Mia unpacked, I drifted downstairs. The living room boasted framed photos, Evelyn at galas, accepting awards, schmoozing with locals. Me, barely a cameo in group shots. No baby pics. No milestones. Odd. The garage called next, unchanged in its musty scent. Amid labeled boxes, I found an unmarked one, dusty and forgotten. Inside, snapshots I'd never seen. Me as a toddler. But in one, torn jaggedly, a second child stood beside me. Identical outfit. Identical grin. The rip sliced through their face. Twins? My breath caught. "Who is this? What are you doing?" Evelyn's voice sliced the air. She loomed in the doorway. Smile vanished. "Just reminiscing." I slipped the photo away. "The garage is private. Dinner's at 6. Her tone carried that old threat. The prelude to isolation. At the table, she grilled Mia on school. Hobbies. Friends, her gaze devouring every detail. Glancing at me with unreadable intent. I barely touched my food. Fixated on her scrutiny. Like she was measuring Mia against some ghost. That night, Mia whispered as I tucked her in. "Why does Grandma stare at me like that? Like she's seeing a ghost." I smoothed her hair. Heart pounding. "I don't know. But stay close to me. Alone." I studied the torn photo. 2 kids. Mirror images. Evelyn had hidden a sibling. But why? The basement door mocked me from the hall locked. As always. Tomorrow, I'd crack it open. The birthday bash was Evelyn's masterpiece, catered elegance. Relatives I half recalled. Neighbors gushing over her saintly ways. I endured the small talk. The pitying glances at our estrangement. Mia clung to me amid the crowd. Then I spotted her, a woman in her 40s. Auburn hair. Standing aloof by the patio doors. Our eyes locked, hers widened in recognition. Then darted away. "Who's that?" I asked Aunt Lorraine. Evelyn's sister. Amid her grandkid tales. "Oh, Rebecca. Distant cousin from your dad's side." Surprised Evelyn invited her, she's picky about guests. I approached. But Rebecca slipped toward the kitchen. I followed. "Wait, do we know each other?" She turned. Tense. Fingers twisting her glass. "You're Sarah." "Yes." "Rebecca, we need to talk." "Not here." She pulled me to the mudroom. "You don't remember me?" "Should I? I visited when you were little. My mom worked at Oakwood Children's Home. You came once. With him." "Him?" Rebecca glanced back. "The other kid. The one who looked just like you." My stomach dropped the photo. "What other kid? How much do you really remember from back then?" "Not the stories she fed you, the real stuff." I probed my mind. Preschool? Blink. Early birthdays? Foggy. Gaps. Big ones. Of course. She called it therapy. But it was erasure. Evelyn's voice boomed. There you are. She stood framed in the door. Smile sharp. Mrs. Thompson wants to chat. Rebecca squeezed my arm. The basement, she hissed. It's all there. Evelyn watched her go. Then turned to me. Odd woman. Invited her out of courtesy. The party blurred after that. Rebecca's words nod, the other kid. Therapy. Erasure. I watched Evelyn orchestrate the room. Controlling every laugh. Every toast. As guests thinned, I searched for Rebecca, vanished. Evelyn caught me. Looking for someone? Just helping with coats. Her touch on my cheek was icy. Performative. You were always so helpful. When it suited you. Remember what happened when you weren't? I jerked back. Ancient history. Some things stay buried for a reason. At 2:30 a.m. The house slept. I crept down. Butter knife in hand from dinner. The basement lock yielded easily, old habits from teen lockouts. Stairs creaked into musty dark. Flipped the switch, shelves. Boxes. Normalcy. But behind the boiler. A hidden door. Padlocked. Hammer from a toolbox did the trick. Noise echoing like thunder. Inside the crawl space, aged boxes. Taped shut. First one yielded documents. Birth certs, mine and Samuel's. Twins. Photos, us together. Crib sharing. Cake blowing. Then gaps after 5. Only me. A folder, Oakwood. Admission papers for Samuel Whitaker. Age 5. Diagnosis, behavioral disorder post-trauma. Evelyn's signature everywhere. A letter. Samuel asks for his sister daily. Separation may harm both. Torn. Evelyn's reply. Sarah remembers nothing post-therapy. No contact. Therapy to forget? Oakwood closed in '95 amid scandals. Samuel relocated to a state home. Dead by '96. Pneumonia? Neglect. Notation. SW. I photographed it all. Breath ragged. Found what you wanted? Evelyn blocked the exit. Row-clad. Eyes void. You had no right. I protected you. You erased him. He was violent. Hurt you. Separation saved you. He was 5. Dangerous. Something flickered, regret? He died weak. Like your father. I chose the survivor. I shoved past. Emailing files to safety. She trailed. What now? You'll ruin us both. I'm exposing you. Her laugh chilled. Try proving it. I followed doctors. Legal. Morning. I stashed Mia at a diner. Called Rebecca. Met at a cafe. She paled at the photos. Samuel. Mom nursed at Oakwood. He wasn't violent, just scared. Said his mom locked him in dark places. No incident records. Just a bribe doc. Journals from her mom. Samuel's pleas. Cards for me. A toy rabbit he begged to send. Rebecca handed it over, worn. Gray. Memory surged. Matching rabbits. Basement games. Samuel shielding me from Evelyn's rage. Journals detailed abuse. Not illness. Evelyn orchestrated it. Weeks later. In Madison, investigator uncovered fraud. Evelyn claimed benefits for Samuel post-death, hundreds of thousands. Bribed psychiatrist notes. Witnesses confirmed. Aunt Lorraine admitted, she silenced us. Said it'd traumatize you. I compiled. Sent to FBI. IRS. Press. Story broke. Local philanthropist accused of fraud. Child abandonment. Evelyn called. Furious. What have you done? Justice. I saved you. You profited off his grave. Days later. Her desperate call. Come alone. I have his last letter. Trap? But irresistible. At the house. Envelope waited. Shaky script. Apologies. Fears. Rabbits. Intercepted others, she said. Box of cards. Deteriorating hope. Then footage. 1991 cams showing Samuel's violence pushes. Lurking. But installed pre-incidents. Premeditated. You built a case, I accused. To discard him. Correct. She admitted. Chose you. Therapy or loss. Arrest came that afternoon. Prison for fraud. Footage proved intent. Debates raged. But Samuel's story centered abandoned boy. Not monster. On his would-be birthday, Mia and I visited his grave unmarked till I fought for it. Placed his rabbit. Did he know you loved him? Mia asked. I hope. Truth cost me peace. But freed us. Evelyn rotted in cell. Justifications hollow. Retribution's price? Scars eternal. But silence broken. Betrayal avenged.